Alita Battle Angel is directed by Robert Rodriguez and co-written and produced by James Cameron, and the story is set in the very, very far future. The Earth is sort of in a post-apocalyptic world. There was this huge war that separated the world into like the rich and the poor. The rich live in this huge city in the sky called Zalem, and the rest of the people live in this sort of gritty, poverty-riddled Iron City below that huge city in the sky. And the film tells the story of Alita, this cyborg, who is brought to life by Christoph Waltz's character Dr. Edo, and it's basically her story of her finding out who she is and going on this big adventure and just discovering things about herself and the city that she lives in. Now, this was a film that I was really looking forward to for a number of reasons. First off, so many big new fantasy epic films fail at the box office. Valerian was a film that I was really looking forward to back in 2017, and that film really didn't do well. So many of these new big budget films flop at the box office, and this was one of the new ones, and it was originally supposed to come out last December, I think, in that huge packed holiday period where you had Spider-Verse, Aquaman, Mary Poppins, and amidst that time Mortal Engines flopped. So it's a very good thing that Alita didn't come out then, that it came out in February, where it's actually done very well considering at the box office, and that is very encouraging. So I was excited about it for that. The trailers looked really cool. Obviously with James Cameron's name attached to it, I knew that there was going to be some aspect of quality to it. I knew that the visual effects were going to be great, obviously because it's James Cameron, the guy who did Avatar. He knows his stuff. And I'm very happy to say that I enjoyed Alita a lot. Alita is played by Rosa Salazar in a motion capture performance, but it's very similar to how she looks. She is really the highlight of this film. She's likeable and energetic, and she really brings the emotion to the film. The motion capture is absolutely fantastic, as are the visual effects. Throughout the entire film, they're blended so seamlessly with practical locations, and that is one thing that I just cannot fault about this film. The visual effects are absolutely stunning. Back when the first trailer came out in December of 2017, people were really highlighting Alita's eyes as their main issue with the trailer. And I'm very happy to say that the eyes aren't jarring at all. You really get used to how she looks. They never stand out. You just accept them. And Alita as a character, as a motion captured image, she really should stand out, and she doesn't, and that just shows how good these special effects are. Rosa Salazar, it really gives a truly human performance, and I just loved all the different facets of her personality, her different little quirks, and the first hour of the film is basically just her reacting to things and learning new things about her environment, and I really, really enjoyed that. Christoph Waltz is probably the best of these supporting actors. He's definitely given the most to do, and you really feel that emotional bond between him and Alita, because that's like the father-daughter relationship in the film. And because he was basically the one who found her in the scrapyard and put her together again and brought her to life, I really enjoyed that relationship. Overall, the thing that I loved most about this film was just the world building. I will always appreciate a film that just fully immerses me in the world that its story takes place in, and I just really felt every aspect of this city. The production design is absolutely fantastic. I loved the design and feel of the world. You really felt the weight of this huge city up in the sky, just weighing down on all the people below. I love the cyberpunk feel. I really love anything cyberpunk. The neon lights, the rain, the grittiness, the noirish vibe that you get from it. I loved all of that. The world building is fantastic. Rosa Salazar's performance is great. The action sequences are lots of fun. The highlight definitely is the motorball sequence. Motorball is this sport. I won't give too much away about it because it's really interesting to watch in the film. But that scene, that whole sequence is probably the most fully immersive. And if I do see this film again in the cinema, I'll try and watch it in 3D because I really want to just feel even more immersed in that scene than I was in 2D. As for things that I didn't really like, there's a love story, romance aspect to it. It was cute and I enjoyed it for the most part. I just thought it was a bit rushed and the characters sort of get to emotional places that, I don't know, they just seem a bit unrealistic. I didn't really buy the fact that they fell in love that quickly. Mahershala Ali sort of plays the villain in this film, but I think he was wasted because he's really not the main villain. Again, I won't spoil that. But him and Jennifer Connelly as well, I just thought that they were two big actors with barely anything to do. The CGI sometimes on the bounty hunter characters in particular is basically just a CGI body with a human head. It certainly stood out sometimes, so the CGI was more noticeable in those situations. And there are a few clunky lines of dialogue, but nothing that distracted me too much. So overall, I really enjoyed Alita Battle Angel. It was a film that I was very excited for, and it actually delivered on my expectations. It's a fascinating new world. I love the world building. The lead character is very likeable, has a great central performance. It's got some flaws, but overall it did more than enough to keep me interested to see where this potential series could go. I'm going to give Alita Battle Angel a B+. I would say definitely check this one out. Try and see it in an IMAX cinema, definitely see it in 3D. Even though I didn't do that, I can imagine that it would be fantastic to see in that situation. So yeah, if you guys have seen Alita Battle Angel, let me know what you thought, definitely. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and until the next time, goodbye.